Blower, data scientist and social media accountability advocate Frances Haugen. Frances, pleasure to see you. So want to get your initial reaction to the verdict that has come down. And you are an expert in algorithms, okay? You can help create these things or have in the past. So explain how they work and the dangers that children face with this.
One of the core topics discussed in these lawsuits was whether or not these algorithms, which are described as agnostic, they don't care about exactly what content your child sees. Is it okay for these platforms to say we're not responsible for what the algorithm leads your child to? What has come down now is that the plaintiffs alleged, because these algorithms look for topics that people are vulnerable to are open to. For example, you have an inclination to maybe develop an eating disorder. The algorithm will keep showing you more and more extreme content. The platforms should have been responsible for at least having some breaks to slow down that process, because otherwise you end up in situations where people are pulled into rabbit holes that encourage self-harm and other detriments.
Frances, a word that has been used frequently is actually social media addiction. And a lot of the claims are that these algorithms are designed, and you just referenced this a little bit, intentionally to be addictive to those individuals who are using them. So it's not just serving up content that you might find interesting, but it's even when, say, they notify you, even the way that they draw you in. Tell us a little bit more about the intentional addiction that we're talking about here.
One of the most shocking things that has come out from these cases is all the evidence from inside the companies where they ran experiments and turned off some of those notifications. We're not even saying all of them. We're saying, should your child receive a notification at midnight at 1 a.m.? Should your child receive a notification in the middle of the school day? When they ran experiments and they turned off the most egregious of these notifications, the things that I think all parents or all adults would agree we shouldn't really have on, the kids said, I feel less stressed. I feel like I can actually go to sleep. I can show up rested for school. The fact that small decreases in usage were enough for Meta to not pursue these changes shows that they valued profits over the safety and well-being of our kids.
So, Frances, what's got to happen and what's got to change moving forward?
We got here because of a system of incentives. Every quarter, Meta has to appear in front of shareholders, YouTube has to appear in front of shareholders and say, how many minutes did people spend on their platforms? How much money came in? But they never have to account for the costs that come from kind of turning the other way and not paying attention to the harms that come with those choices. Now that they're actually facing economic consequences, we're going to see them having to at least take a pause and say, do we want to make sure that at least the most vulnerable, at least those who have potentially facing the worst impacts, are we going to weigh a tiny loss in profit for making sure at least those people are protected?